Oh,
Ryan, what is wrong?
Judy, I ate so much at Thanksgiving.
Oh, I have something for you to be thankful for.
Oh.
A new episode of Garden Time.
Oh. Welcome to Garden Time, and welcome to the last episode of the season.
You know, 2020 has been difficult for everyone, but the great thing was that you were with us every week.
Coming up on the show today, we'll show you some great new houseplants and where to find them.
We'll also be telling you about your favorite holiday plants and the meanings behind them.
But coming up first, some great plants with winter fragrance. Well, we're out here at Portland Nursery Division, and I'm out here with Laura. And Laura, we're getting into the winter times a month, and there's so much we can do in the garden to get, some foliage and some fragrance and some bloom.
Yes, there is.
And then today you have some that we're kind of focusing more on the fragrance of what we can get in the garden.
Yes.
So, this guy over here, we have this great viburnum.
Yep, viburnum bud intense dawn. It'll start blooming in early January with pink buds that open to white flowers. And it just has like a nice perfumey scent to the garden.
Right, especially something showy for the winter is always
showy,
always
yeah,
kind of nice.
Definitely.
And then you get into your camellias.
Yes, the Sasanqua camellias, the upright ones are all fragrant, and they're blooming now, so it's great. And they will go for months on end, so give you a long bloom time.
And a wider range of colors, your
Yes.
pinks and reds and whites, which
Yep.
is nice. And then you can get into some other, some of the fragrance, or which would be the berries, is the Gaultheria.
Yes, the wintergreen, the berries and the leaves when crushed give you that distinctive wintergreen fragrance. And also it's great in tea.
Yeah, because those berries are edible. They're kind of like a soft apple.
Yes.
But they're something very cool.
Exactly.
And then we have, looks like the Daphne.
The classic winter Daphne. I remember when I first moved here years ago and I first smelled Daphne, I'm like, what is that? That's the one you can smell down the block. It's
right.
just
Kind of, you walk in, is that sign that spring is here,
Yep,
very
yep.
very early. Very
So come
fragrant.
March, it's just filling the air.
And then you have the cypress. So not only without a flower, but you also can get some fragrance with the foliage.
Foliage, yeah, especially when you rub them. So it's always nice to pet your plants and get a little fragrance out of it.
And then that one has, is that a lemon?
This is a lemon cypress. Yes, this is the Wilma Goldcrest.
Okay. And then up front looks like we have a bulb.
Yes, this is your classic paperwhite narcissus. They're really fun to plant indoors. It's a good kid project as well. And it just will perfume the whole house. Some people love it, some people don't love it.
Right. But now's the time to start planting those bulbs, to start forcing them inside.
Yep.
And then you have the cyclamen.
The cyclamen, which always surprised me, these little demure flowers, and then you walk by and you're like, where is that sweet coming from?
Right.
So the cyclamen are great, and they're great in a cool house.
Right. So you have some of the indoor types, but then you also have some of the hardier outdoor varieties that are out blooming now.
Right,
too.
yes.
And then, one of my favorites is the Sarcococa.
Sweet box is great. Just in January, it just has such a fresh, kind of clean scent to it.
Yeah.
And the flowers aren't super showy, so you're kind of looking around. Where is that coming from?
Yeah, I have a small hedge of it planted by my walkway. So I know early in spring, that January, February, you're walking by, you smell it, and it's just like, spring is here. It's such a great fragrance.
It's very true.
So there's, so many, and it looks like you have one more down on the ground down there.
I've got this one that people don't know about so much. This is Lonicera fragrantissima, a very powerful sweet foliage. They get rather large, but they have little white flowers come January, February, and it's just really quite delightful.
Gotcha. So there's, just such a great selection of what you can do with the fragrances and the blooms. Mm-hmm. And then back behind that guy right there.
You can't leave out the witch hazel for winter fragrance. Sometimes they start in December in some winters, but usually January through February. They come in a wide range of colors, yellows, oranges, and reds, and just a wonderful fragrance.
Yeah, it's very showy after it loses its leaves, and then all you're left with is that early flowers.
Yep.
So, Laura, it's been great to be out here. This time of year, there's so much we can do in our gardens as far as, adding more color and fragrance and blooms to take us through those winter months. So, Portland Nursery's got a great selection. We're out here in the Division store, but you can also go to the Stark Street store and they have a wide selection they can plant, pretty much year round.
Yes.
So make sure you come out and visit their website or go to gardentime.tv and we'll click you over. So Laura, it's always great to see what you have picked out for us. So thanks for having us.
Great being with you.
Garden Time is brought to you by Portland Nursery, a passion for plants, a nursery for plant people.
The seasons are definitely changing, but at Portland Nursery, the one thing that never changes is our commitment to you, our customer. Whether it's helping you get ready for the holidays or getting your garden ready for the next growing season, Portland Nursery has the experts to help you prepare. Stop by and see what's new for your home or garden, then take home something special for the season. Portland Nursery, a passion for plants, a nursery for plant people, at 50th and Stark or 90th and Division.
You work hard in the garden. Shouldn't your gloves do the same? Garden Like a Girl makes gloves and apparel from natural, recycled, and organic materials. Garden Like a Girl gloves will help you tackle any job. They are designed to fit, protect your hands and nails, and they last. Plus, 10% of our profits go to cancer research. To learn more about Garden Like a Girl products, go to our website, gardenlikeagirl.com. Garden Like a Girl, ruggedly feminine.
Don't let the cold and wet get you this winter. Warm up to a season of heat with Grimm's Fuel. Grimm's has plenty of wood and heating oil ready to deliver to keep you warm all winter long. Stay warm and cozy with Grimm's Fuel.
Well, we've had a couple of frosts, so really we have to get that mindset that it's going to be cold, and we have to worry about how we're going to be feeding our feathered friends. So I'm with Amanda from Backyard Bird Shop, and so thank you so much for having us out, and you really have some really good tips for us and items to get.
Yes, yes. So I encourage you, if you've got a seed feeder out, go ahead and put a dome over it to protect it from the seed from rain and snow. And so whether it's a tray feeder, there's certain types of covers you can put over that. Seed feeders, you can slide a dome on top of that. That's really important to kind of protect from snow and ice. And then you should do that for hummingbirds too.
Oh, sure.
So this is, a typical hummingbird feeder, but we have domes that you can hook the hummingbird feeder from to also protect from the water from getting in and diluting, or snow, and protecting from weather.
But I see a cord there. So I know so many people have like alternative, not frozen feeders to put and just kind of alternate them during the cold weather. So this is even easier.
We are so unique here in the Pacific Northwest that we have the Anna's hummingbirds stay year round. And so they winter here when their nectar could get cold and frozen. And so people have been really creative at finding ways to make sure that that nectar is continuing to flow. And so this is my favorite. This is what I use at my house because it's a cup with a light inside
easy.
with a little bungee cord that you can just add to a feeder that you may already have at home.
Excellent.
If you have like a flat tray style feeder. And it's super handy and it keeps the nectar flowing. And then when the weather warms up, you just take it off and you still got your same feeder.
That is easy.
It's really handy.
Because we really want to help them and enjoy them and have them come right up to our windows.
And they wake up so early in the morning, and that's pretty early
Earlier
to get
than us,
up.
definitely.
I have to switch the feeders out for sure.
And I think sometimes we worry about them sleeping in on their branches, but you have like a little kind of protection there.
Roost pockets are a very big favorite, and it's also a great holiday gift, if I might say so.
Of course.
They're a great little way to hang a kind of shelter from the weather for the birds. They're not going to nest in these. These are not where they raise their young. This is just for them to get out of the cold weather and the wind and sleep at night. And so it's just a fun way to hang them in your trees. You can even tuck it in a wreath on your front door because they're going to be leaving before you get up in the morning and come in and out of the house.
Well, definitely. And then what about bird baths? Because it's kind of hard to keep them not frozen. So do you have some ideas for that?
It is. And so it's so important to remember that they need fresh water in the cold winter months. And so there's a few different options. This is the bird bath de-icer that you can plug in and put in any bird bath you already happen to have at your home. and it's a great way to keep the water thawed and moving. And then if you're super fancy,
Look at that.
this is actually a heated bird bath. And so this has the elements already built into it. And there's a plug down here, and you can plug it in, and it's high class.
It is high class.
Some people can handle, yeah.
Yeah, but you're still providing that shelter and the water for your birds all winter long.
Shelter, food, and water all winter long,
Yeah.
for sure.
And Backyard Bird Shop has all these great things, plus you have to come and shop for Christmas time for all of your gardening friends and for your friends for that Feed the Birds. Thank you so much for all that. And if you have any other questions, please go to gardentime.tv and you can click over their website, find all of their stores all around Portland and in the Vancouver area. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
I love being out at Little Prince of Oregon. They have such a wide range of plants. Well, I'm in a greenhouse, so it's nice and warm, and I'm talking with Joan today. And so, Joan, the house plants have just exploded, and even more so this last year. And you guys are really kind of playing with that and kind of tuning us all into some new cool plants.
We are so obsessed with plants here at Little Prince. We're all just plant nerds. And we are always on the lookout for really fun new things, different things. And we have found so many cool plants. We've actually come out with a new line. It's called Beau Chateau.
Ooh.
Chateau meaning like in French castle, and our frog wears a crown, and beau meaning beautiful.
Aw.
So, and it rhymes.
Yeah, that's great. And it's so fun to see that because we're all looking for something new and different. And wow, these are just like, I want them all. So tell us about what you're kind of expanding to.
Yeah, so everyone just wants their home to feel like an oasis, I think, and these just really make that happen, right?
So I would think that just like outdoor plants, indoor plants need their own space, the right space.
They do. They need different conditions. Some want more light, some want more or less water. So you can find that information on our tags. It's really easy to see. And on our website also, you can search by light conditions. Maybe you have a really sunny window in your kitchen or bathroom, or humidity levels. Ferns might want higher humidity. Great for your bathroom, not so great for your living room possibly.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And so it's just like gardening. I mean, it transfers indoors because it's challenging. You're learning something. I don't see the difference between indoor and outdoor, but I've had a lot of houseplants.
Right. Almost everyone has a home, right? So you can have your own garden inside, even if you don't have a garden outside. And look how many different colors and textures. This alocasia, we have this huge leaf and then this tiny leaf,
right.
So whatever your home and the place you want to put it, you might want to think about how big that plant's going to get.
Right.
So, but yeah, it's a really fun hobby, I think.
I think it's become that. It's become a new collection. I mean, people collect stamps or coins or cars, but I mean, this is something that's living that you could take care of and kind of just morph with.
It's so fun. And what's really hot right now are variegated house plants. We have this variegated pilea, this variegated string of pearls. We actually found a variegated Rhaphidophora in one of our crops that we've sent to be tissue cultured, and we're hoping for some success with that. So we're really excited about some new plants.
Well, I think too with breeders and growers, everybody is stretching it just like they did with outside plants. I mean, that explosion in gardening happened, and so it just makes sense it's happening for indoors too.
Right.
And so with this new line, where can we find it?
You can find it at your local garden center. Please always go to your local garden center and support them. If you can't get there, we would love your business on littleprinceplants.com.
And they have a great Facebook page, and you can subscribe to the newsletter.
Yes, and our Instagram is Little Prince to Go, and our Facebook is Little Prince of Oregon.
Well, I think you can feed all of our new hobby, all of our new addiction and our collecting. And so you can go to gardentime.tv and click over to all the places that you could find Little Prince of Oregon plants. Joan, thanks so much. This is exciting.
Thanks, Judy.
At Blooming Junction, fall isn't about winding down, it's about getting ready. In the garden, start the next season off right now. Fall plantings produce healthier, more robust, and drought-tolerant plants than those planted in spring or summer. In the kitchen, get ready for the holidays with fresh, organically grown produce from our fields. So, whether it's for the garden or for the kitchen this season, Blooming Junction is your place for quality, uncommon plants and produce for your home and garden.
Do you have a leaning or broken fence? Fix a broken fence with ease. Made in Oregon, the sturdy fence post bracket can mend your drooping fence. Strong winds, falling debris, dry rot, and wayward drivers can all cause havoc on your once sturdy fence. Our sturdy bracket attaches to your existing fence and is easily installed in 30 minutes. Limit waste, materials, and save money by fixing your existing fence. Purchase online at sturdfence.com or visit participating Par Lumber and Pro Build stores.
Ryan, you need to brush up your look. Ryan, that is better.
It's always better when you show off your Garden Time pride.
Check out the Garden Time store on our webpage for a great selection of Garden Time gifts and apparel. Choose a hoodie, shirt, hat, bag, or mask for yourself or as a gift for the Garden Time fan in your life. See the complete selection on the Garden Time website.
Pick up some Garden Time gear and show your Garden Time pride.
Find everything you need for this holiday season at Owls.
During the holidays, we are surrounded by plants that are rich in traditions and symbolism.
Take holly, for instance. Holly was considered by the Druids to be sacred since it was so hardy and looked so good in the winter months with its berries. It was also regarded as a symbol of fertility and eternal life. They thought that cutting down a holly tree would bring bad luck. However, if it was hung inside the house, it was believed to be good luck. Today, Christians considered holly symbolic of Jesus Christ. The red berries represent the blood Jesus shed on the cross, and the pointed leaves symbolize the crown of thorns placed on Jesus' head before he died on the cross.
And one of the plants with the most significance is the Christmas tree. The use of evergreen trees for Christmas celebrations date back to the 1400s. The symbol of evergreen trees represent life, rebirth, and stamina to survive the winter months. In the olden days, fruit was used to decorate the branches, and now ornaments are used. A star or an angel at the top of the tree remind us of the birth of Jesus.
And one of the most popular plants for couples is mistletoe. Mistletoe is a fascinating plant. It is the only complete plant that is a true parasite living off of a tree. Because of this, it was said to have sacred properties. In ancient Scandinavia, mistletoe was believed to symbolize peace. If enemies were to meet under a tree, they would call a truce for the day. The legend of kissing under mistletoe also came from the Scandinavians. An arrow made from mistletoe killed the son of a Norse goddess of love. Her tears fell on the mistletoe and turned the berries white. She declared that mistletoe would never be used for death, but only for love. Whoever stood under the mistletoe should receive a kiss.
And one of the more recent traditions is the poinsettia, if you call 100 years recent. The legend of poinsettias dates back to 16th century Mexico. The story goes that a young girl wanted to bring a gift to the nativity scene at her church. She dreamt of an angel gathering leaves and weeds to set before the scene. She took this idea and gathered weeds from the roadside and laid them at the nativity. The legend has it that the flowers, now known as poinsettias, sprouted from those plants. In the early 1920s, Paul Ecke Sr. commercially grew poinsettias, which was discovered by Joel R. Poinsett in the 1800s. Ecke Ranch Greenhouses was the driving force in promoting poinsettias as the traditional Christmas flower in the U.S. and worldwide.
We hope that learning a little bit more about the symbolism of these plants makes your holidays merry and bright.
Christmas is in the air, and especially at Terra Casa in Damascus, and I'm with Diana, and the store just looks lovely. It just feels like the holidays. Thank you.
It's very festive right now, yes.
It is, and one of our favorite items, and wow, what an expanded selection.
They came out with some great new water lanterns this year. They call them snow globes, they call them water lanterns, but that is water in them. And in it swirling all the glitter, and it's lit, and they came out with so many new shapes and sizes and themes this year with the cowboy boots and the animals, and the red trucks. They're so fun.
They are fun, and even different kinds of scenes inside, and they're really, you can have them for yourself or a gift for that person that's really hard to buy for.
Well, and they are, older people like them because it's something it's small, that takes up very little space, and it's something they can enjoy all throughout the season, even after Christmas.
Definitely, and I like that idea now. You can just plug them in. You don't have to worry about batteries.
Right. And most of them now have a USB cord, and some of them still do take batteries, but for the most part, most of them do plug in, and you do need the little adapter that you would use for your phone, the little cube adapter, but they come with a USB cord now. So yes, saves a lot of money and energy on batteries.
Oh, definitely. They are just so unique, really, really fun. But then you have something else that we can maybe put up on the wall, some art.
We have their canvas lighted prints, and they're just beautiful. They're also mesmerizing, and you just feel like you're part of the scenery, and the way it's lit up from the back is just fascinating, and we do really well with those too.
And I like too that there's some are for Christmas, so you can have them up during the holidays, but some you can really leave up even after, just for winter time.
I think a lot of people, you leave them up year round because they're so nice to look at. It doesn't matter what scene that's on there. It's they're just beautiful to look at. Yeah,
that is. And Diana, not only do you have the lighted lanterns and the new artwork, you have that traditional upside down tree that you do every year.
We do, and that's always been kind of a stunner as you walk in. This year our theme is Scandi with a twist. It's very simple, elegant, not a lot of glitter, but just very nice with a Pacific Northwest theme with more of a lodgy kind of feel.
There's so many different ideas on that tree and all the different sparkles and really something for everybody's tree. You don't have to redo all your trees, but a couple different ones for the season always add a little bit more.
It's fun to pick up a couple extra ornaments. And we have a gnome tree this year. We're doing a gnome sweet gnome, gnome for the holidays. And there's a couple other themed trees up. The traditional tree is up as well. It is stunning red and green. It's just beautiful.
Oh, well, there's always something to see at Terra Casa. And if you go to GardenTime.tv next week, there's going to be another video with Diana and I talking about his and her gift ideas. So please tune into that next week. Thank you so much, Diana. Happy holidays.
Judy. Thank you.
Our tip of the week is how to put our irises to bed for the winter. These are some tips from our friends down at Shriner's Iris. And what we'll want to do is go through, our clump here. We want to kind of clean out all this old foliage. And this will get rid of all of we don't want any of this to stay in here for the disease and bug issues. So if we clean all this old foliage out, that's kind of down at the base of the plant. And then we want to take these older fronds that were up from the summertime, and we'll just kind of trim those back. So you can just go straight across like that. We'll leave up, a few inches just to kind of leave it as a marker so we know where it is. And then once we get all of this foliage out, we can go through and clean this up. We can put a little bit of fresh mulch over here for the winter time just to kind of protect the rhizomes. And then in springtime, after these start to grow, we can open those back up and our irises will be ready for spring. So that's our tip of the week, is how to clean up our irises for winter.
Garden Time is brought to you by Capital Subaru, your way on the Parkway.
At Capital Subaru, we've been here through it all. For you, your family, the furry friends, and our community. And right now, when you buy or lease any new Subaru, during the Subaru Share the Love event, Subaru will donate $250 to charity. It's a big commitment we gladly make. And the fact is, we're growing. Our future is big. Like our commitment to our Capital Subaru family. Come see us on the Parkway and get ready for big things in 2021.
Find everything you need for this holiday season at Owls.
For 4 generations, Sealy Mint has grown and harvested the highest quality mint and mint oil. The commitment to quality is found in all of their signature handmade Sealy Mint products. Their mint patties, mint melts, and peppermint bark all use pure mint oils and not synthetic flavorings. Now for the holidays, you can also enjoy their handmade peppermint and spearmint candy canes and ribbon candy. You can find Sealy Mint products at your favorite market and selected gift stores, or you can order them online. Sealy Mint. Real farmers, real mint.
Don't let the cold and wet get you this winter. Warm up to a season of heat with Grimm's Fuel. Grimm's has plenty of wood and heating oil ready to deliver to keep you warm all winter long. Stay warm and cozy with Grimm's Fuel.
Well, it's the holiday season. We're out here at the Oregon Garden Resort, and also it's Christmas time, and the resort is open. And people that are used to coming out and enjoying the lights and the festivities, you guys are still doing that this year, but things are a little bit different, right?
Yeah, so due to COVID-19 guidelines and restrictions, Christmas in the Garden is canceled, but we're still excited to have a fun holiday light experience for guests of the resort to enjoy. We'll still have some of the beloved light displays, a few vendor booths, and then some drinks and sweets as well.
Right, so it's not going to be your typical, in the garden like it's been in the years past, and it's, it's a little bit more staggered opening, right? And it's for resort guests only.
Right, yeah, so there won't be any lights in the Discovery Pavilion. It'll all be around the resort's main lodge. Due to the restrictions on gatherings and how many people were allowed into the light display, there will be 3 different time slots, and it will be, like you said, only for resort guests. So if you're staying on the Christmas rate or if you're a guest of the resort.
Gotcha. And so, but there's still a lot of things that you'll be able to do. So you still have a lot of, some of the vendors are going to be out here, so they can still do some of their holiday shopping.
Yeah.
And there's still a big light display too, right?
Exactly. So our team's getting really creative on kind of different ways that guests can enjoy the holiday season. We'll still have a few vendor booths, so it'll be great to kind of support those local businesses during this tough time and maybe do some of your Christmas shopping, and then also go through and see some of the light displays. There'll still be the candy cane tunnel, which is also a guest favorite. The rainbow, we'll have candy cane land, some other great photo ops as well.
Right, and so resort guests get a little added bonus for being out here too. So not only do they get to see the light show, but this still comes with breakfast in the morning, is that right?
Yeah, so it'll come with overnight accommodations. You'll get a parking space, you'll get entrance into the light display, breakfast the next morning, and then also admission into the Oregon Garden.
Gotcha. So they can still go enjoy a lot of these things. It's just a little bit different.
Exactly. Yeah, it'll be a little different, but I think guests will enjoy having that holiday experience.
Right, and they can still get online and get onto the resort's webpage and still book rooms, because you still have some rooms available.
Yeah, so you'll just go onto the website and then go under the little specials tab, and then you'll want to make sure that you book under the light rate.
Well, good. We're excited to come out and excited to see the lights, and we'll check your website and make sure we can check dates and times and what's coming up. So for more information on the display and what's going on out here at the Oregon Garden Resort, make sure you go to gardentime.tv and we'll click you open. Also, we can't wait for the lights to turn on.
Yeah, we can't wait to welcome guests over here too.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you for watching Garden Time. And yes, this is our last episode for the season, but don't worry, we'll be back next March of 2021.
And during that time, don't forget to check out our Facebook page and our website as we update it regularly.
Judy and I thank you for watching, and we'll see you next year on Garden Time.
The proceeding was a paid program of the Guston Creative Group and its sponsors.